Hi. Oh my. Sorry, I didn't know you walked in, neighbor. I'm not Mr. Rogers. I'm JW, but we're gonna look at a couple of pieces of memorabilia from Japan that I recently had signed. As you all know, I attended the gathering as usual, and not only were there stars of Japan there, but there were also stars from America who made their name in Japan. So I decided to grab a couple of items uh, that I had signed there, or that I maybe even picked up there, that I thought would be of interest, fun to look at. Kind of like a pile of stuff, but not quite. It's like a pile of Japanese stuff. Sounds great to me. And yeah, you caught me looking at the uh, Madusa photo book from 1990, 35 years ago. And I did indeed get it signed, as you can see right there in the pink paint pen. And she loved seeing this. I know there was someone there taking photos of her saying, oh, these are going to go on her social media. So if you see her paging through this on social media, I may be standing next to her. That was this one here. Just a great photo book. Um, yeah. But yeah, you can look at a couple of the photos. I mean, you go through her childhood. She loved seeing that again, and how they used, pictures of her throughout her early life. And of course, got some cheesecake. We're not gonna lie. Beautiful woman, beautiful woman. Yeah, well, we don't do the pervy stuff here, but. And I told her, I thought the most adorable picture was this one. Just look, what a smile, right? I first met her 30 years ago, the night before SummerSlam '95, and she was a Lunder Blaze, and she was sweet then, and she's sweet now, and what a great memento right there. So we go from a memento that I brought to one that I actually picked up at the show, and the great Sasuke was there, legend, absolute legend, politician in Japan, one of the great masked stars of all time. And you've seen me with the Shikishi boards in the past, and they have all been ones that I've purchased already signed. Many of them have deceased wrestlers signed on them. And most of them are blank. I showed you one that was a Dory Funk Jr. that had a All Japan logo in the background. This one is the first one that's been signed in my presence and sold to me by the individual. Again, it is the great Sasuke. And if you look into purchasing these, you'll notice that some of them do have a little photo that's affixed. His does. It's almost like a little business card. And this is his beautiful signature right here, and he dated it. How cool is that? And it's the classic board, and it's only $10. I mean, how could you not? I mean, it was just, he had a little table set up. His prime, he was signing on the first, and then on the second, he was still there, signing his little table, just selling stuff. I can attach a photo. I have a photo of him signing it, and just what a cool memento. And again, this one also has a little design here and here. He did not write those, but he wrote the autograph and the date. And just what a beautiful item. I mean, you could display this in a home that's not even wrestling fans. You could have this on the wall, and they'd be like, oh my god, that's like a Japanese artifact. It's just beautiful. I love the boards, I really do. I don't know how many more I'll get signed in person unless it's a situation like this. I'm not going to be one of these people, and there are a lot who do it, who just, every wrestler, they're like, sign the damn board. I don't do that, but, it's so fitting here. It's just great. And then we go to another item. Whoa. You keep sneaking up on me there. That I brought, and it is the 1979 Real World Tag League All Japan program. And I mean, what a plethora of Hall of Famers on there. And the one who I'd sign it in the green paint pen there is Frank Hill, Chief Frankie Hill. And he was teaming with Wahoo McDaniel. And you may better remember him teaming with Chief Jay Strongbow as Jules Strongbow. Here he was, Frank Hill. So I just kind of pulled this out. I've had it for a few years, and I said, I have something where he's actually Frank Hill, as opposed to most of his items. There's a card and some magazines. He's Jules Strongbow, but I did want the Frank Hill signature as well. He was another pleasure to me. Just a great guy. Another one who loves talking about wrestling. in his career, and I've heard him say it multiple times. I heard him say it there, and I've heard him say it on YouTube. He would do it all over again. I mean, what's better than that? And someone who's come out with their health. He mentioned his wife several times. Believes he lives on a reservation, and I believe Michigan. It's either Wisconsin or Michigan. Maybe it's Wisconsin. Regardless, it's somewhere north. And he just came out of wrestling, happy, intact. And that's what we want, And, what a lineup here. I mean, you got Baba and the Sheik and, Abby and, Mr. Wrestling and Mill and the Funks and Dos Caras. It's just, look at that. And I've watched a lot of these matches as well. I may have seen this whole tournament in 1979. And then we go to another of the all-time Japanese legends who was at the show. And another item that I brought was the Tatsumi Fujinami figure. And I had him sign it in the white paint pen right there. And Japanese signatures are so much fun. They're just great. They're beautiful. They really are. And I asked him to sign it right there, and you can see him with the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship. And if you didn't collect these, this is basically what a lot of them looked like, and they were made by a few different manufacturers 25 years ago. I think this one's dated 2000. And just a whole wide variety of wrestlers were made, and even Gaijin, are wrestlers who went over. I have Vader, Too Cold Scorpio, and his only figure to date as Too Cold Scorpio. And just, they made the ring announcer, the Break Bunnies. If you know, you know. As far as them, I'm sure we'll show them sometime. But actually, I opened a few of these figures. The Power Warrior, the Kensuke Sasaki, and then why can I not think of his wife's name? Akira Hokuto. How could I forget? I opened those in a vlog from a few years ago, if you go seek that out. But this one's not getting open. This one is signed, and it's staying that way on the card, and just what a cool figure. And he has some little figures, but this is probably his only actual figure. I mean, it's not completely posable. It's a little more posable than a WCW Galoob, but it counts as a figure. He needs a modern figure. I won't hold my breath, Mattel. And last but not least, we were also All Japan. And this is from the 15th anniversary in 1987. And this is right before Crusher Khrushchev went to the WWF to be Smash. And I've had him on it for a while. He was at the show. But I got nephew Nikita on it this time. And I don't know that I'll ever add. There isn't a whole lot to add here, unfortunately. Stan doesn't do too many appearances. I just saw him earlier this year. I got him on some other things. Dory is as good as done, with his wife charging $80 to $100 for an autograph. No more Dory autographs. And Flair. Would I really get Flair? If I'm going to spend the Flair money, I'm going to get a major Flair item. So I just like to get a few guys on these. It's no big deal. You don't have to be a completist. You don't have to complete a project. A project can be done when you say it's done. So if I say it's done with the Russians, then it's done. That's all there is to it. So I hope you liked a little glimpse of Madusa. I mean, all this great Japanese merchandise and items, and you're going to be seeing a lot more. You've already seen a lot, because it's like I always say, Japan is the last great untapped frontier for wrestling memorabilia, especially for us fans who don't live there. Seek it out, you won't be sorry.